Hey guys, I'm here today to read you my paper about, we had to do a paper on Supreme Court, cases, and I picked the important Supreme Court decision in lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender marriage. Is it right or is it wrong? In our Supreme Court, they take many cases on each year. Some of them are small, some of them are big. One that I found that is a big thing in our life today is gay marriage and making it legal. The LGBT people. The LGBT family is big and strong. We do have our differences of all of these. In 2013, the Supreme Court of the United States made two major decisions. They wanted to make gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and transgenders LGBTQ to be treated equally the same as other people. They were looking to make it where the same-sex couples would be allowed to get married. Each state took their own time on when the same-sex couples were legal for marriage. The sixth state to make it where the same sex to get married was Massachusetts. As laws went from state to state, we saw more numbers in gay marriages than we ever did. 64% involved lesbian couples. And in comparison, more than 36,000 heterosexual couples are married each year in Massachusetts. The numbers of marriage licenses went up in the numbers after the year 2014. In the year 2015, Arizona made it okay for same-sex to get married. Arizona was one of the last states. In 2.5 hours of arguments over whether the constitutional agreement same-sex couples the right to marry, Justice Kennedy sent conflicting signs. At the same point, he seemed wary about moving too fast and torn about what to do. However, he determiner was more emotional and emphasized when he made the case that same-sex couples should be permitted to marry. They took hours, days, weeks, going over and over the things that they talked about to make sure this was the right thing to do. The day's arguments over same-sex marriage banned in Connecticut, Michigan, or Ohio, Texas, before they passed the laws for it to be okay. Most states at first wanted to ban same-sex marriage because they didn't see need for any of this kind. A picture captured on April 29th with the constitutional of the article about same-sex marriage arguments before the Supreme Court mischievous. In some copies, Mary Lee, one of our lawyers. Now, do people think that this is right or wrong? I think that this is a good thing and the right thing to do because we need the right to marry who we want to, when we want to. Just because people may not like what we do as the LBGT people, as the LBGT, people don't like it. Doesn't make it wrong for to us and for us. In the end, this is good for us because we need to be able to be who we are. You people should not be able to tell us who we can and can't be. We have the right to be who we want to be. Now, the courts say it is okay for same-sex marriage, but it is good to the courts, meaning that you can't say, oh, well, courts don't agree with me or agree with it because they have legalized it. Now, Arizona was one of the last states to legalize same-sex marriage, and in it said is that 64% involved lesbian couples. That just means that those are the most common people to get married. Doesn't mean that a lot of gays, a lot of other kind of sexualities don't get married, but it's just common in comparison to who gets married. And because when they had it okay for same-sex marriage, they had more marriage license given than they ever had before. And it took many months, even a couple of years, before they agreed in certain states. And I think that there's nothing wrong with going towards wanting to marry the same sex. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, so that's just basically my paper.